Welcome to the final stage, stage 4 of phase 2 collaboration, where we are going to engage. So, this stage is going to emphasize engagement or sharing your experiences. As a reminder, there are challenges associated with these stages. Every stage in phase 2 has had a corresponding challenge. If you haven't completed them and you haven't caught up, please go ahead and pause this video, head back to your bot portal community, go to the corresponding circle, and answer the questions and be a part of those challenges. It's very important. As always, ask your questions. We're here for you. I'm here for you. Just ask your questions and they will be answered. So, what is the importance of sharing personal experience? Engagement involves sharing unique perspectives, experiences, case studies, and approaches to enrich the community's understanding. Your perspective matters. Your perspective and your vantage point is needed for other clinicians to better themselves. We are not an island. We have to have a forum where we can have these discussions and share our perspectives. I think one of the biggest areas I have um, in which I've improved is the ability to share my perspective. I've always been a very self conscious person. I have always been very nervous and not wanting to give my opinion because of potential backlash or anything, right? We talked about that in asking questions. A lot of those fears I've felt myself. And it's even more vulnerable when now I'm sharing my true opinions on a matter. I think it can get uncomfortable, and we have to press into that in order to evolve because we have to handle a lot of uncomfortable engagements as practitioners and doing this amongst ourselves and in our own community where it's safe, I think is important. Personal factors such as culture, ethnicity, and identity can impact an individual's vantage point and should be openly discussed for mutual enrichment. We don't talk about this enough. I don't know why we don't talk about this. I don't know why we don't talk about our personal factors, our culture, how our ethnicity adds to our vantage point, how we identify, how that adds to our vantage point. We don't explicitly have conversations about this. It's almost as if we need it to be an implicit understanding that these factors somehow change our perspective and vantage point. And I think it would be good for the occupational therapy practitioner community to start having these sensitive conversations in safe places, in safe spaces and mediums to help us grow as a profession, right? sharing experiences Sharing experiences should focus on education rather than converting others to specific beliefs, fostering respect and non-judgment in the community. Just because we're providing education and just because we're sharing our experiences does not mean we are trying to convert someone to a specific set of beliefs or our ideals, right? We need to ensure that these conversations remain respectful because when we're sharing our experiences, we shouldn't have the expectation that somebody else bails on what they value to come to believe what we believe about a certain topic. Instead, we are fostering um, respect for one another's beliefs. When you have that kind of foundation, learning can truly happen. You can think about a topic objectively and you can see where the other person is coming from. And in that, right, that shapes our growth and development. That keeps us from becoming so rigid that we stunt our own growth. And I love the prospect of um, sharing our experiences to support our growth. Being open to others' perspectives is vital for becoming a strong occupational therapy practitioner without necessarily changing your fundamental beliefs. Now, what does this mean? It means that we work as practitioners, we work with a lot of people, and not every single patient is going to have your beliefs, your ideals, your morals. Everybody is different, but our treatment of them and our expectation of them and our respect for them, it it can't be altered based on our differences. You can have your beliefs while still being open to another person's beliefs. It's important for us to learn how to have conversations with individuals who have different ideals and different values and different cultures and um, different perspectives, because it only allows us to grow. When we learn this, when we develop in this way as people, personally and professionally, our patient care improves astronomically. Um, you can avoid a lot of unnecessary barriers in clinical practice if you learn how to be open to others' perspectives. Um, yes, very important. That's all I'll say about that. The Bot Portal community encourages a safe and supportive environment where dialogue is respectful, not confrontational or argumentative. It goes without saying that we need to be open and respect one another. And being argumentative or being confrontational or being, disrespectful, that is not okay. And we do not promote that. Practitioners are encouraged to present possibilities for others to apply to their own perspectives or patient interactions in a positive manner, never speaking with condemnation, condemning someone else's approach, but always coming to learn. We're not trying to hear somebody else just to get our 2 cents in. We are listening to learn. Every engagement is beneficial, and we want to hear the ways that we can apply this new knowledge in our everyday life in a positive way. I think will go a long way in terms of future professional engagements. All right. Challenge, engagement, combine professional and personal experience through shared experience. Share at least 2 clinical, educational, cultural, experiential moments, right? Just about anything, or case studies that you grew from or you believe would benefit others. This is where you engage and contribute to the community discussion. As an occupational therapy practitioner, you will leverage therapeutic use of self throughout the plan of care of every patient you treat. Your personal experiences, vantage points, barriers, assets, hopes, dreams, etc., all matter to the process. You can share anything that you feel will benefit your cohort's professional perspective and vantage point. I do hope you take the time to add value to our community. If you can't think of anything, you don't know how to add value, you can look in the bottom of this module and you will see some examples. Just go ahead and copy paste one of those examples and answer it to the best of your ability. I also want to encourage you to answer in the form of a video so that we can, so that it can be personal, right? There's an extra layer of connection when someone can see and hear you answering versus just reading your response. All right, congratulations for finishing phase 2, and I will see you in phase 3, communication.